And the team, we're here to serve you the best of breakfast. I know it's been a while. You've had me do the introduction for the show, but today we're here to serve you the best of breakfast on the Breakfast Cafe. The rest of the team are ready and seated, waited for the conversations to kickstart. Indeed, today we have a lot on the plate for you. We're going to definitely be taking you to the Labadi Beach Hotel, where the Landfills to Landmarks Summit is scheduled to take place starting today. In fact, quite a few of the initiatives started yesterday, but the rest of the programming continues from today up until Friday, where there are going to be diverse conversations about the upstream and downstream textile industry of our country, looking at second-hand or used clothing and how we recycle them or upcycle them, or how generally they end up within the ecosystem, and what role collectively we can all play to ensure that they do not become a burden on society, that they do not end up in landfills, but rather how do we turn them to landmarks. Those are conversations that will be happening at the Labadi Beach Hotel as far as the Landfills to Landmarks Summit is concerned. Beyond that, there's definitely a lot happening in the country, and let me quickly walk you through some of the things that took place yesterday. I'm sure you all remember Goldfields, you remember Goldboard, you remember Damang mines, and when that comes to the fore, then you remember the man Ibrahim Mahama. Now he's delivered the second batch of gold output from the Damang gold mine. And so that's some good news. Goldboard received the second batch of gold output, 100% of all the gold from the Damang mine that took place yesterday. President Mahama, of course, yesterday speaking at the World Health Summit in Geneva, made it clear that Ghana lost about $78 million following the closure of U.S. aid. And of course, he also mentioned that even the World Health Organization itself was not spared as a result of that suspension or cancellation of funding from the USAID, or USAID if you want to put it that way. The Health Ministry is set to recruit 6,245 volunteer nurses and midwives under nationwide exercise for the free primary healthcare initiative. And that's some good news there. At least finally, a lot of our health workers who are seated at home would have their skills being put to use. And of course, I want to believe that it's not just volunteer like that. You definitely be working home with something. The Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa has also informed us that on May 21, and that's just about 2 days from today, the first batch of 300 Ghanaians will be evacuated from South Africa. If you remember, in the weeks past, there's been conversations surrounding xenophobic attacks in South Africa. And so the government of Ghana has decided to evacuate Ghanaians who are willing to come back home. The first batch of the 300 are set to be returning home on the 21st of May, according to Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa. The EPA does not give illegal miners environmental permits, only responsible miners. And this is from Professor Kluche. Court admits prosecution witnessed evidence of letter from Gift Yowari directing ADB to transfer 31.5 million Ghana cedis NSS loan to her private company's account. And Ghana finished 20th on Africa Senior Athletics Championship medal table with 5 medals, 1 silver and 4 bronze. We have to do better. Of course, those are conversations that we can always come back to later. But let me quickly take you through the weather for this morning. And as we speak, the temperatures are hovering around 27 degrees Celsius this morning in the nation's capital of Accra. There's a likelihood that we might have some rain showers. And if you look outside, you'd realize that the clouds are not, the weather is not as bright. It's a bit cloudy. It still feels a bit darker out there. And so you may want to take note of that. But it's 27 degrees Celsius. That's what the temperature is as we speak this morning. There's a likelihood for it to hit some 31 degrees Celsius later in the day. But for now, it's 27 degrees Celsius. And you want to wear the appropriate clothing. And you also want to make sure that if it's not necessary for you to step out, that you do not. Do not forget to drink a lot of water, like I've always admonished you every morning here on the platform. Before we go, morning motivation, and I take this one from Chris Grosser, who says that opportunities don't happen, you create them. Opportunities don't happen, you create them. And for a lot of people who have listened to me over the time, one of the things that I've always said is that I do not believe in luck. I don't believe that things happen to people because people are lucky. What I think and what I believe is that when opportunity meets preparation, you succeed, and people say you're lucky. But you're not just lucky, it is you working towards those opportunities that you have been looking out for. And so you must create opportunities. You don't sit down and wait for opportunities to come to you. You must create them. When you're hungry, you go out and you look for food to eat. When you're jobless, you go out and you look for a job to do, or you look for something that puts money in your pocket. And so you must create opportunities. You must be intentional about creating those opportunities. You don't sit down and wait for them to come to you. It never works like that. You must work towards something. And while you're working towards something, you must be creating opportunities while doing those works. And there's a reason why you get up and you pick your CV and you go out there looking for a job. There's a reason why you get up and you go to the market and buy ingredients, come home and cook the food that you want to eat and eat. That is you creating it for yourself, not you sitting back and waiting for it to drop like manna. So I don't believe in luck. I believe that people's preparation meets their opportunities. And when that happens, you succeed. And so you must create those opportunities. And the only way you can create those opportunities is when you work towards them, is when you're constantly working. You don't sit at home lazing about and expect to succeed at the end of the day. No, you must get out there and you must work hard. That's how you succeed. So create opportunities. Don't sit down waiting for opportunities to come to you. It never works like that. It will never work like that. It has never worked like that. So have that at the back of your mind as you set out to start your day this morning. Of course, it's the second day of the week. I wish you a very pleasant week ahead. And before I go, do not forget to donate to the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. Dial *255# and send your donations to the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. Let's support a good initiative. Let's support an initiative that's there to help Ghanaian people. *255#. Donate any amount at all that you can donate to the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, and then be proud of yourself that you supported a fantastic initiative. Stay with us. There's more on the show for you later.
Your flight is ready to leave.
Sit back and relax and enjoy the flight.
Only a father can understand. Only a husband can understand. Only a man can understand. Prostate cancer. It's about more than fear of cancer. It's about fear of losing urinary control and sexual function. That's why more men turn to Jackson South for robotic surgery than anywhere else in South Florida. Get the facts at jacksonprostatefacts.org. Miracles made daily.
Well, not too long ago, the great President John Mahama went to the United Nations and spoke for my people of Jamaica and the Caribbean and the Americas. And you said, we are not looking a handout, but recognition of what took place in the transatlantic slave trade. I thank you, my president. I am a child who suffer from this. Chains on my feet, whip in the hand. And tonight I sing a song to go along with your mission of reparations. Not a handout, but to acknowledge. But we're gonna do it not just reggae style, we're gonna do it high life. A high life remix by me, Graham Smargan of Morgan Heritage. Oh, President Mahama, I thank you for saying what you said at the United Nations. Reparations, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Zimbabwe, not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Hello, across the ocean, torn from the land. Chains on my feet, whip in the hand. But your light carried us through the storms. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations, justice must come, yeah. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Africa crying out loud. Now a new day of justice is born. Mahama, I give you strength. From Ghana to Zimbabwe, we thank you for holding the way. We say, Mahama, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. I say from Jamaica right to Accra. Now a new day of justice is born. Play it, Lord. Across the ocean, I was torn from the land. There was chains on my feet, whip in the hand. But your light carried us through the storms. Now a new day of justice is born. Mahama, Africa, and the Caribbean as one. Now a new day of justice is born. Papa Mahama, Africa is crying out. Now a new day of justice is born. I love you. Much love from Jamaica. Ooh yeah. We say Mahama, justice must come. Now a new day of justice is born.
All right, thank you for staying with us here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. My name is Ura Adams Karim. Like I mentioned earlier, there are two musketeers. They are seated. Yes, one is in green, the other in black. I don't know what informed they are dressing today. Andy, why dress like a tree this morning? How are you doing?
What does green signify?
Life.
Thank you.
It means you are alive.
Yeah, I've got life this morning. I'm grateful.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
In the Rabasi.
Hola patapala.
Charlie, for open church, because be like these days, you start to dress like them.
My revelation was clear to me from birth. It be me I deviate small, but we'll come back to track very soon.
Praise the Lord.
Very soon.
Kabibi Chireno.
The Lord is looking for you.
Yeah. Does God still speak? No, hold on. I want to hear that voice that sounded in the Garden of Eden. Adam.
Who told you that was how it sounded?
How did it sound?
Did the Bible ever tell you in Genesis that's when God speaks, it echoes?
But is that not how they depicted?
That was how they depicted it in the movies to you.
But that's how they told the story too.
That was how they
They said God called Adam. Adam, where are you?
Did Genesis tell you that?
I'm naked.
And Adam had no response than to say, I'm naked.
I'm
Adam is naked.
Hey,
He's naked.
in your English class, was that what they taught you?
Adam be bad, man.
So
Adam, why you bad? Adam, why you bad, bro? Whatever he was doing, there when God called him. Only him of it talk.
Said he was naked.
Adam be
But I'm
bad,
saying,
man.
now where are you? Oh, I'm in the kitchen. Oh, I'm in the washroom. Oh, I'm here. Where? Your location. Not what you were doing or what you are doing. Adam, where are you? Adam, fikele. Adam, who ain't? Adam, utihi.
What he saying? Any guy didn't know it.
So, and one thing a person can say, oh, nyangu boy, Mishaha, mi wo eduani che.
It's all right. This speaks the truth with the F accent. It is what you find.
It's okay.
Oh, but you see, scripture did he say God mentioned Adam and it echoed?
Forget about the echo. God's voice
It's
is
just
deep.
a description of, we seen God to be great, and so we want to.
So there was no echo.
Oh,
There was no
I've
echo.
not heard echo from this thing before. I've not heard echoes.
How does God talk? How does it sound?
How does it sound? Normal, like the way I talk to you.
Hey, and people will still be shouting and yelling and screaming
No.
when the man will talk to you like how we are talking. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
He talks the way you normal.
No, it depends.
No giddy
Like,
giddy.
it depends. So you see, if you look at First Kings,
Yeah.
when the prophet Elijah was running away from Jezebel, he went to do some show, be down there, mountain there. He and the prophet of Baal. There was a showdown.
Yeah, correct showdown.
And then at the end, Jezebel sent a message over to him, and bro had to run and go and be into it.
Yeah.
And I mean, everything God said, eat for the journey ahead is far, blah, blah, blah. And then he went into the mountains to wait for God. Now, it says that God came, so first there was an earthquake. God was not in it. There was a wind, a whirlwind. God was not in it. And there was, I think, fire or rain, one of them. God was not in it. But God came in a still small voice. Okay, what is this one telling you? That's God can speak to you in fire. Remember Moses when he go back to where he climbed the mountain to go and where he went for the commandment. Yeah. That same mountain he went to seek the face of God again, where God says that you cannot see my face, and so go and hide and I'll come and pass. How did God come and pass? When Moses came down, were people able to look at his face? God came in a radiated way, so he comes in different forms. Okay. So it depends on how you approach. So look at Elijah. Elijah was expecting him to come and do show. Yeah. In the whirlwind, he wasn't there. In the earthquake, he wasn't there. Rain was a fire, he wasn't there. But he came in a still small voice. Okay. So it depends. Look at Samuel. You see, the question I'm asking, you know the answer me. I am asking, if God comes in so many forms, ways, in a still way, as you are saying, why then do we seek Not his just faith? In a still. Why do we scream? Why do we yell? Why do we shout when we are asking him for something? You hear when Jesus shouted, my father, why he was in pain. Eli. He was in pain. So it depends on the situation, bro. It depends. But did God listen to him when he said that? Oh, on that very day. It took him 3 days. No, wait. It took God 3 days to rescue his son. Jesus had a choice to say he wouldn't do again. No, he didn't have a choice. No, because he was ordained. No, that was why the transfiguration thing happened on that mountain, where he went with those 3 boys and told them that watch and pray. Those 3 boys. They ended up sleeping. Bro was weak. Okay. And so on the mountain of transfiguration, Scripture tells us that Elijah and Moses came up there to encourage him. They missed that sight. It was going to be a beautiful sight to build. They were sleeping. Then bed. But they were tired. They said watch and pray. They were tired. They didn't have that sort of. Boga, why So Randy, it depends. Anyway, even upon all that he went to the mountain, or he came back and went to cry blood in the Garden of Gethsemane. You know what it takes to cry blood? Hey. Do you know? And after that, nobody cried blood again. No, I've not heard anybody crying blood. The pain the guy was going through. So you see, he had a choice. He really had a choice. I don't know, but I still think because it was ordained to happen, you had no way out. Still, he had a choice. He could have. But he didn't take it. He could have said no. He was the chosen one. He was, but again, because before him, there were people. And trust me, after him, there are people. Yeah. But he was chosen, and there was no way he could. It's not he was chosen. No, bro went himself. If you go back to Revelation chapter 5, it says that who is to open the scroll, break the scrolls and open the scroll, something. Revelation chapter 5 there. Okay, and the whole of heaven was quiet, and he says that send me and I'll go. That is Jesus. Okay. When they opened that thing, when they asked, they gave the course outline. All the people there, everywhere was quiet. Okay. I see, Brad Jesus. He likes show too much. It's not like show. Brad Jesus likes show. He be Nana guy. Okay. On that Brad Jesus note. Sorry, dear baby. Sorry. One baby. Sorry. Oh, sorry, dear baby. Me, my already pan say, Pastor be who be family. Apprentice. Me assistant pastor be kakra 1 year. Yen sure say ni anyami be ye. Where assistant pastor 1 year. Randy. And this should kill me. But Charlie, away from that, His Excellency the President yesterday spoke in Geneva. I don't know what you took away from that conversation, but let me start with Karen because you have a huge interest in health and health-related matters. So let me start with you. What you made of the President's statement in Geneva? That's if you followed those conversations. What stood out for me was the sign out from Gavi for the vaccines. Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to 2030 where Ghana is going to start producing its own vaccines here and also donating some to other countries in the world. Well, I've seen the likes of Dr. Soji Tete with the National Vaccine Agency doing some great works there. So we just hope and pray that whatever plans they have in there can be expedited, and then we can also see our local pharmaceutical industry also boost up, because we have a lot of research institutes. I mean, the pharmaceutical industry here, they are producing drugs already, and with some push from the government, and we can be properly on our own. I mean, stand properly on our own without having to rely always for drugs from foreign countries, I mean outside, to come to us. And for me, it's very, very exciting when I heard that from His Excellency yesterday.
Awesome.
So I just hope and pray that we all see the fruition of all of this.
Great.
So that a time will come in Ghana here where anti-snake venom wouldn't have to be imported before we can save lives of people in this country. Somewhere, I think earlier this year or last year, we saw even in Nigeria where a lady was bitten by some snakes in her home. She was able to get to the hospital, I think 2 hospitals, and they all didn't have any anti-snake venom for her. And eventually she died. Imagine Ghana has producing some of these vaccines that we are exporting to some of these African countries. Some of these deaths would have been very much avoidable. And to our rural areas where our farmers go to the farms, the hunters and things, they are mostly affected by some of these snakes bites and things. And they get to the health centers and there's nothing for them, there's no drug for them there. We can save a lot of lives with that. So I look forward to those days where the days ahead where Ghana can produce drugs on their own, lots of drugs, like all the stuff we need in this country, we can have it for ourselves, have it here. And again, it's going to boost the economy, it's going to help with jobs and all that. And so I'm so excited, and I just hope that the days ahead are better.
We just hope that the days ahead are better. Randy?
Charlie, now couldn't have mentioned it any much better than where she came from. And I'm just going to quote the exact words of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama yesterday. He says that we do not come to Geneva to mourn the past. We come to build a future where a country's health is not a byproduct of charity. Key words in there, byproduct of charity, but a result of sovereign capability. I mean, Karim and Karen, if for nothing at all, COVID-19 has taught us a lot of lessons. We are here and Ebola is lurking around. DR Congo, they've confirmed new cases of about 100. And that is worrying. The hantavirus is still lurking around, doing matramaque on us. We are just happy that our borders, one way or the other, seem to be very much protected. We weren't prepared for COVID-19, even when the red flags were very high in the skies for us. We didn't take any precautionary measures. When other countries were safeguarding their entry and exit points, we didn't do that. And I take key interest in what the president mentioned. That, I mean, we can't always be languishing, complaining about the past. We need to build the future. And that is the way to build the future. Where lies our pharmaceutical institutions in the country? Where lies the research institutions in the country? You can talk about the CSIR. I mean, when COVID came, we saw how people wanted to assist. But unfortunately, probably they didn't meet the international standard. Thus, we found it difficult to produce some of these antiviruses. You can talk of, what's the name of that guy? The Kwa. You get it. I mean, such people, imagine investing heavily in what they do as a country. Of course, we can manufacture our own products. We were told when growing up that paracetamol is produced from tree. You get it. It means that in Africa or in Ghana, with all these vegetations, if we are able to identify that particular tree, or if we are intentional about it and plan towards it, we should be able to grow all of that. If indeed it is true, I am saying. All we need to do is to resource the institutions that are mandated to do some of these researches. And of course, if we are able to do it, we should be able to manufacture our own drugs locally. But if we talk about the local or traditional medicine, Ghana has one of the, some of the finest or the best herbalists or local doctors.
Go to Mampong.
Yes. Go to Mampong. You get it. So how come we are able to write our names in the international world when it comes to pharmaceutical or medicines? So it is time, I feel, that yes, the agenda towards the 2030 and beyond will materialize. It is about being intentional. It is about channeling our resources into some of those things. Karim, again, I'm saying it is sad that we will go all the way to Abuchi, what's the name? UN AIDS, the US AIDS as well. Look at it. When Trump took over, we saw it. They were pulling out on some of these AIDS. Imagine a suffering country like Ghana. if we are unable to get it, what happens to us?
Yeah.
The people on such medications, what happens to them? And I mean, it beats my imagination to know that as a country, we sat here, got medicines from people, and they were stuck at the port. For what reason? And these people will tell us that they will not even give us again. We should start looking inward. And I feel that the time really has come for us to start something like that. So I think it's a good call by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to speak about some of the prospects in that regard. Again, he spoke about how far we have come with the Mahama case, how far we have come with the National Health Insurance Scheme, how far we have come with some of the projects currently ongoing in the health sector. And for me, I feel it is a plus, and that is what we want to see. It is a matter, I mean, one breath, it is just about saying it. On the other side, it is about implementation. Are we going to see this bear the fruits that we are talking about? Time will tell.
Time will tell. I mean, really interesting, takes from both Karen and Randy. And for me, for one, and I keep saying it every time, that I'm really proud. And, whenever I listen to His Excellency, the President, when he goes out there and how he positions Ghana as a nation, we're gradually reclaiming that position of the gateway to Africa that we had. In some time past, it was just vibes. It was just we saying it here, we are the gateway to Africa, we are the gateway to Africa. But what really was there to show for it was a substance to really depict that or demonstrate that. And clearly we are seeing His Excellency the President show that. You pick it from the historic UN resolution on the transatlantic slave trade. Then you look at a lot of key steps that have been taken. When USAID was pulled off, His Excellency made it clear to the finance minister that you must make provision for that gap that the US aid was leaving. And indeed, that gap, provision was made to fill that gap. Today we talk about uncapping the National Health Insurance Scheme that was capped in the previous administration, and the money that was meant for healthcare was used to do other things. Today it's been uncapped, so much so that we have enough money to be able to set up pre-primary healthcare. We have some money to be able to set up the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, or the Mahama case, you want to put it that way. And talking confidently that by 2030 we should have left Gavi, and also the kind of system that really we are putting in place as a country to ensure that we are held sovereign, that our healthcare and our healthcare needs must not be dependent on the support of somebody else, that internally as a people, we should be able to take care of our healthcare needs. And that is a bold step, that is a bold statement being made by the President. My wish and prayer is that he will be able to get the requisite support, especially from heads of state of the other African countries. Because it's one thing Ghana doing it only, and it's another thing if all of these other countries come together so that the 54 African countries that we have would be able to take such bold steps. I'm sure that if we're able to come together and do these things, there's a lot that we can achieve. Imagine 54 countries going to the negotiation table to negotiate. And imagine just one country going to negotiate on its own. And of course, the West has realized that when we are united, we're able to achieve more. And so they would always find, a way, as it were, to break or to infiltrate. But we must make it a priority to always stick together. And so my hope and prayer is that our President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will get the needed support to be able to achieve the things that he wants to achieve. Beyond that, Randy, I also think that a time should be coming where we start to, as it were, not prioritize so much a lot of these foreign conferences and summits and engagements.
Why?
Where internally within the continent, we should be able to meet also as a continent and as a people to have these conversations and determine what direction we are hoping that the continent will take as far as these things are concerned. We must not always wait for the West to set the standard. We too should be able to set our standard. I've always prioritized African solutions for African problems. We cannot continue waiting for solutions from the West for African problems when indeed we can identify African solutions to be able to solve our African problems. And when you were speaking, you made mention of it, that when COVID-19 struck, we use internal mechanisms, we use our own solutions. You remember the neem tree and the inhalation and all of those other herbs that were introduced at the time. So much that even the West alluded to the fact that these things were beneficial and they were helping. So why would we not sit back as a people and really look at how can we use what we have to solve the challenges that we have. Why must we always wait for foreign solutions to local challenges? Today, as we speak, Ebola has killed over 130 people in DRC. Meanwhile, African leaders are out there in Geneva, you know. So we must really start looking internally. I'm not saying that we must exist as an island. No, that's not what I'm saying. Of course, no nation is an island, no continent is an island on its own. We'll definitely need a lot of those interactions. But what I'm saying is that we must start looking inwardly. We must start prioritizing ourselves. It must not always be about the West and what the West thinks, but what really, you know, must we do also within the continent to be able to solve our challenges. And I believe that if we're able to take these steps, there's a lot that we can achieve. It's also another prayer and hope of mine that when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eventually leaves the scene as President of the Republic of Ghana, whoever takes over from him will not, you know, derail all of these gains that he has made for us as a people. And like I mentioned, it starts with first admitting, like he did at the UN, that yes, we've admitted that the slave trade did A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. We've been able to finally get it to be recognized as the gravest or the greatest crime against humanity in the world. That's fine. We are not concerned about the money. We're not concerned about the material things. What's most important to us is that we have gotten that recognition of this crime that was meted to us as a people. And so we are leaving that past behind us. We are not going to go back into complaining again. We're not going to go back into talking about it again and always referring to the past. Now we are looking forward. We are forging ahead. And so we are also here to prefer African solutions and to tell you what Africa is doing for the African people. And I think that is a step in the right direction. And I am proud as a Ghanaian that I have a president who would go out there and speak to these issues dispassionately without fear or favor and damn the consequences that some of these things. I mean, what's the worst that could possibly happen? You've already taken away USAID, which you know that was doing, you know, some fantastic work within the health space on the continent, but you've taken it away. And later you come back to us with a deal expecting to give us about $100 and something million over a period of time for our health data. And we boldly said, no, we are not interested. We don't want it. Take your money. You know, so it's just sometimes, you know, it's just a disrespect. But of course, these things happen within the international space. And some of us are really proud as Ghanaians and Pan-Africanists, if I want to put it that way, that we have leadership that's bold and is taking such bold steps. But Randy, away from you know, health, sovereignty, Accra reset, and all of the things that happened in Geneva, there's also a very pressing issue that I want us to touch on before we move on to other things, and that has to do with the arrest of Abranya, DC, and of course so many other people who have been picked up. There are concerns. One having to do with people, one school of thought saying that, well, people should be free to express themselves. People should be allowed to speak. Why do you arrest people when they choose to express themselves or when they speak to issues? And I don't know where you stand as far as those issues are concerned, Randy.
All right. So yes, our constitution supports or allows freedom of speech, but in that same vein, it gives us room to be responsible in whatever we use as whatever form we feel that we are entitled to speaking about topical issues. Yeah. There is a responsibility you, the talker, must meet. You have a role to play. I am not sure anybody is gagging anybody from talking. We freely speak our minds. Yeah. I mean, I have worked all these years, even under the previous administration. Yeah. Why don't we find ourselves in some of these troubles? It is about what you say. If you can't substantiate the claims you are making on live television, my friend, you've got an answer to give. You can't go on television, malign people, insult people, ridicule people, and have no evidence to back all that you are saying. Yeah. It is unethical. I don't sit here and pretend as a young broadcaster, because the future belongs to us. If our seniors live it this way, what hope is there for this profession? And we are losing it. Trust me. Gradually, we are losing it as a group of people with intellect, as a group of people with honesty, as a group of people who everything we channel out or we churn out is always the truth. We are losing it gradually, and it's a shame to us as broadcasters, as journalists, as presenters, or however we see ourselves in the industry. And it is because of some of this kind of entitlement. Yes, because I have a microphone, I have a phone, I have a camera in front of me, does not warrant or does not give me the locus to go on TV or go live and say all kinds of things, especially about public office holders. How do you substantiate? No, I'm not sure. You have every right to defend yourself that whatever statement you are putting out there is out of freedom of speech. Agreed. Everybody respects it, and even the president himself respects it.
Yeah.
Recently, we saw a video where his security entourage, well, from the video that we saw, they were trying to shrug off some journalists. He was bold to tell them that, oh no, don't do that. Allow them to come on board. So how then do you even say that the government is gagging people or the government is preventing people from, expressing themselves? What are you expressing yourself on? Ask yourself sitting there doing that. What are you saying? What are you putting out? And he said, my pain is that some of these things don't even go through the main or the traditional media. Yeah. It is a social media, because now everybody is a broadcaster. Everybody is a content creator. All kinds of people are on the internet creating content. And then when you are arrested, all we hear is you are just joking. You are playing. How do you joke like that? How do you say such things about people? And when they take you on, then look at what they said about that Osofo. Prophet, not prophet. The MP, what's his name? Fojo.
Yeah, Vincent Fojo.
Recently,
there
was somebody on social media, you said all kinds of silly things about this man of God. Sorry, this MP. And when the guy decided to take you on, you now crying foul that you were just joking. How do you even joke like that? You rub pepper in my face, say things that are not existing, things that are not real, things that are not correct. And then you turn around, when I ask you to defend them, then you turn around and say freedom of speech. I disagree with the manner and way in which sometimes the security apparatus goes on with their discharge of duty. Okay. I disagree with some of them. Some I feel, let's stop creating unnecessary tension and unnecessary scene. The Rambo style. Crack, 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 crack. No! If you want to use the Rambo style, go to the forest. The galamseys are still there. Okay? Yeah, Karim, the law allows you. Look, the guy or whoever is going to be held for that. It's not a hardened criminal.
Absolutely.
The guy did not wield any offensive weapon. He wasn't, he's not holding a knife, a machete, or a gun. So why do you go into his home? And we condemn it. When it was done some 8 years ago, some 5 years ago, some 6 years ago, I am under some sort of suspicion. You enter my office, you enter my home, and all you do is you scatter all documents, take my machines away, carry my laptop, my camera, my phones, and everything away. That we condemned it. That we can still talk about it. That the modus operandi of these security operatives sometimes raises questions. But I'm saying, in as much as we are condemning the acts, we ought to condemn the silly talk of some people, especially those who find themselves in the political class. For crying out loud, we know where you belong. We know what you have done over the years. So when you have the opportunity to speak into the camera, you say things sensibly, with sense, with susu, munya. You don't just go on air and say all kinds of things. And when you are asked to come and explain, then quickly you rally your boys, your grassroots to come and shout, "Choboy." Some of them, even if you ask them, and that's what I just don't get. They don't even know. You go and ask them, "Why are you here?" They gave them money. Then
just mobilization.
It is fair to show solidarity and sympathy, but of course, let's know what exactly you are going to show the solidarity for, or know what you are going to sympathize for. It doesn't make sense, and I'm not sure President Mahama will sit here and be the first person to gag people from speaking. But we know in this country when a journalist wrote a whole book about President Mahama. Remember the Ford expedition story? What did we see later on? Was this not the same man who gave this man money? When the book was released, they paid for it. So how will somebody tell me that the current administration is gagging people from speaking? Hey, we were in this country, we saw people being arrested. People just recorded videos. People said things. And they were arrested and kept in cells for days. People just demonstrated. People held placards. And I recall.
People were sacked from there.
People were sacked. I recall our own friend, Fred Duho.
Yeah.
Fred Duho, when during one of the, was it the GGA awards or so, when he used the plaster, he came under strict criticism.
Yeah.
Because he decided to speak out in a different way. We saw all of that. So when people turn around today, the same people who supported that silly attitude, I'm using that word because I disagree with the Rambo style and some of the ways they handle these issues. When we saw it, when we condemned it in the previous administration or the previous years, this same group of people supported it. They saw nothing wrong with it. They called us naysayers. They called us unnecessary critics. Today, if it is happening, the best you can do is, yes, raise concerns in a much diplomatic way. Rather than, I saw, what is that, Henry? One of them is shouting, and away, President Mahama, you can't do this. They are doing it. What can you do? Soko, you only shout, yell, scream, and call for public attention, social media vibe. It will go nowhere. Is the guy still not in jail? Is he still not in custody? Yes. The law must work. The law must deal with the people who have found themselves at the wrong side. And that is what we are seeing. If I am caught today, allow the process to happen. If Nai is caught today, allow the process to happen. Let's not create unnecessary tension. Let's investigate. You have said I have done this. Oh, you have said you have seen me with this. I have this. I have that. It's okay. Oh. You are a very good citizen. In fact, I clap for whoever has details about everybody. But come and substantiate. Come and help the security agencies investigate deeper and find the truth. Is that not what we are supposed to do? Is that not what our anthem even says? Yeah. So what are you talking about? They should give us a Blake. Yeah, give us a Blake. It was an Accra spokesman who said it. Give us a Blake.
It's just unfortunate.
Very.
Yeah, and I think that I would side with you on a lot of the things that you have said. My only concern when some of these things happen is how we eventually make heroes out of nobodies.
Exactly. Celebrities.
Yeah, we make heroes out of nobodies, and eventually they decide to capitalize on it for their own political gain. Yeah. And I think that we must really have a real look at some of these things. Because, the president is sitting somewhere, minding his business. And, some people are just taking advantage of the situation to abuse people. Let's not forget that power changes hands. So, what goes around will definitely come around. And so we must, allow the law take its course. We've seen more wanton abuse and infringement on people's human rights in this country in the last, maybe in the erstwhile administration. I'm not really a fan of going back to these things and pinpointing them. Some of us have been victims of some of those behaviors, but I think that we must do better really as a people. We must watch or check our utterances. Right, there are a lot of people in the MPP that have said so many other things, but why have they not been picked up? Yeah. And so those are questions that really we must be asking ourselves. I don't think that anyone wants to persecute anybody for absolutely no reason, and so it is what it is. Now you want to have a bite on that as well.
Oh, what I would say is that, you see, for people such as Abroni, they should just have in mind that their reach is quite wide, and so if you come out to talk about anything, be very sure, 100% sure, that whatever you are saying, when you are called to give evidence to it, you have something. But you don't just come out and then say, whether it's hearsay or whatever, you just come and put it into the people. And mind you, on social media, we have a lot of people. For some of us, we would want to cross-check and get to validate whether it is true or not. And there are the others too that will just go with whatever is coming because, yes, this is coming from somebody like Abroni and they want to trust the source it's coming from without any solid or concrete evidence, right? That is another point. And so I think if he's able to come out from that custody, moving on, he should be very circumspect about some of the things he comes to talk about and how he says it. Because it's a wide reach. Some people would want to cross-check and get to know that what you are saying is right or wrong. Others who will just go with the flow. And you think those who will go with the flow, if it's something that is going to be at the detriment of the state, and maybe you say, or the next moment you know that people are just sorting themselves out on the street there. It is not the best. And again, for the people in this party that keep talking and talking and talking and talking, everyone is equal before the law. The rule of law applies to everybody. And so if he has found himself on the bad side of the law, I think he should just humble himself for the law to take its full course. And let's just stop the noise. That would help us. Thank you.
Humble yourself for the law to take its full course and let us stop the noise. This is from now for you, Quote. Randy.
But Karim, again, I'm asking the simple question.
Okay.
Are the laws not clear on misinformation?
Absolutely.
Disinformation, churning out fake news? Are the laws not clear or there is an ambiguity in that law or that clause? Hell no. So if you feel that whatever you are putting out for public consumption is authentic and the authorities over there feel that, oh, this thing, it be like something is missing. For all you know, sometimes a deeper investigation will unravel a different thing, a different picture altogether from what you have churned out. You could actually be a lead into a deeper investigation or a deeper fact finding. So when you are invited to come and assist in investigating, Karim, what is wrong with it? Have you not been to the police station before?
Oh, all of us have been.
I have been to the police station. I have given, testimonies, or however, I have testified, I have written statements, I have bailed people and all of that. It is no crime. But if the police feel that, oh, when we release you, probably there could be some sort of tampering with evidence. So let's keep you in police custody. The law allows it to happen. And of course, it also states you need to, it is within a particular stipulated time, 48 hours. If you feel your right is being infringed upon, you take it up in a different way. But this attitude of
Rambo style,
then you have all party supporters, foot soldiers thronging to the court premises, thronging to the police station with placards. Yet, oh, they will arrest you too. And you see, my pain is that sometimes some of the guys who do these things are public figures, like Nasser. They have followers. They have people who follow them a lot. And majority of them are gullible. They won't go and fact check whatever the person is saying. All they do is, yes, our leader has said it. It is true. It is not true. The guy has told a lie. Or anthrophony. Yes. Nipa anthrophony. Antropho. Yes. The guy has lied. You too. You make her lose my thoughts.
I'll take you to TikTok.
That was
Anthrophony. Now let's celebrate some birthdays this morning.
Right. On that note of
Anthrophony.
Randy, I don't want to give up on
but a lie. Who the person who tells a lie? Alakpato is alamike da alakpai. Alakpato mi ready. So probably I did a direct translation. Somebody where they lie, he be liar. We are truthful.
Or truthful.
We are truthful.
Nyantrophony.
Okay. But hey, let's celebrate some birthdays. We have a long list of belated birthdays. So today, dear.
But why are there so many May people in this house?
You want to know why?
They said the beautiful people are born in
May. May.
Yeah.
People understand.
But it's the birthday of my favorite person, though.
Your favorite person?
Nanado.
Nanado. Yeah.
No, Nanado is not May born.
Nanado is born today.
Nanado is a May born.
Today is Manado's birthday. Me, I hate when Karen calls her Nanado.
Wait. You.
I don't like that. Don't be calling her
name.
Nanado. Don't be calling her Nanado.
That's not her name.
They will call her Akurukuri.
That's not her name.
You don't like Akurukuri?
None.
Boga Kupali.
No.
Okay, let's take time to celebrate some birthdays. But then before we get into the list for today, let's take time to do some belated birthdays. It's going to be a long list, so please bear with us. Dennis Akowa, belated happy birthday to you. God bless this new year for you, and may your years and your new age be a great one. Maybe a blessing to all those around you and beyond. Yeah, belated happy birthday to you, Dennis. Away from him, let's see what we are celebrating. Okay, and Kingsley Boche, belated happy birthday to you too. The Lord bless.
Nice guy.
Yeah, a very nice guy. You know soul winners? You know the gospel choir soul winners? Oh. Abolo, Abolo, Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the
boy.
Okay.
chief keyboardist.
Kai, I can't be hard.
Oh, so he together
Oh,
with
Kingsley
that guy, what's his name? Joe Metal.
Yes.
Randy, Obe hard.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Fine boy like this.
He's
Nice
an
shape up.
instrumentalist.
Nice, yes.
I can put
He's an
my
instrumentalist.
money
Is that
on
who
the
they play
line.
keyboard?
Oh,
Keyboard.
If only
Keyboard.
Keyboard.
He plays keyboard.
Please.
This guy will be playing.
those ones they go get out and they
He
play
be pressing
and they
things.
whine.
Forget.
Kingsley is an exceptional one.
I beg you.
I want to speak for Kingsley.
I beg you.
please.
Instrumentalist.
Oh, please.
Not all instrumentalists are like
I
that.
haven't said it.
Kingsley-
Instrumentalist.
Oh no.
Kai.
No.
No wonder I was supposed to be the born instrumentalist.
See.
Instrumentalist.
I tell you,
No,
Kingsley
all
is amazing.
tractor drivers are not the same.
Well,
Yeah.
true. That's the same way not all instrumentalists are.
Instrumentalist.
Please.
Randy.
Please.
Instrumentalist.
Minimum.
Please.
They play keyboard.
Hey, these are
Randy,
keyboard
why? Somebody
sets.
are taking your girl
Is
with
it
the
those where they
Oh,
play?
keyboardist.
Is it those that they play the keyboard and the
Hey,
guitar?
whoa.
Fear them.
Oh, yeah, bad. With the fingers.
Anybody where they play instrument where they use fingers, fear them. I'm telling you. Hi. Ja.
Whatever you do with this information,
That was your business. We have said
See,
it.
ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
I want to tell you that Kingsley is not like that.
Put his photo there again. Let's look at it.
See, look at him.
What are you
Innocent
telling
guy
me?
like this.
Of course.
Omu we are dangerous. Nipa no aya ni face he say that's from innocent.
Oh,
Oh, but he's a nice guy. He's
You
a nice
police
guy.
case,
He looks very innocent,
yeah.
very
Oh,
cute.
Kingsley is amazing.
You know, I like the fit is the suit is solid. Yeah, but he's a keyboardist. He plays instruments. He plays.
Why? Why did I even say this? People allow Kingsley. So
I say you see keyboardists,
Career.
guitarists. If you like add drummers,
and then the drummers, I know one.
fear them.
There's one guy at the MCR. You know that fair guy there. They are doing
Drummers, fear them. I'm telling you.
If the drummers, they are fine. But
Anybody where they play instruments where they require a hand to do something.
which instrument doesn't require them?
No, when you are blowing, what's the other one? What's it called?
You hold it. You hold it. You people, it's okay.
No, the one that requires pressing or fingering or fear them is okay.
Fear all of them and leave Kingsley alone. Belated happy birthday to you. Please let's have a fly back on screen. Kingsley, belated happy birthday to you, and may the Lord bless this new year for you, and cheers to a bigger, better, and an amazing year. Have fun, and we really appreciate you so much. So belated happy birthday to you, Kingsley. Away from him, let's see who we are celebrating again. Kofi Hayford, belated happy birthday to you too. Yesterday was a beautiful day for you. May the Lord bless this year for you, and may all your wishes come to pass. From us all here, we celebrate you so much. Away from Kofi, let's see who we are celebrating again this morning. So, Miss Millicent Agbevade, happy birthday. Belated happy birthday to you too, Millicent. The Lord bless this new year for you. May your year be great. May your year be beautiful, and may it be an amazing one for you. Have a blast, and cheers to a better and a bigger year. Belated happy birthday to you, Millicent. And this is coming from Belinda Kwanzaa to you. Yes, you are the Department of Public Affairs and Communications at the Ghana Revenue Authority head office. So we pray that God blesses you with good health, lasting happiness, financial abundance, and love that is sincere and unwavering. So belated happy birthday to you, ma'am. Away from her, let's see who we are celebrating again this morning. My amazing sister, childhood friend, beautiful Nikki Mackenzie. Belated happy birthday to you, girl. May the year be beautiful. May the year be amazing. May it be an exceptional year for you. May the Lord continue to bless you, and may you increase in all that you do, Nikki. Belated happy birthday to you, love. Have a great year. Away from Nikki, who are we celebrating again this morning? Okay, so to the SRC president of the University of Ghana, which one? Ofoila, be brother happy. Being Belated happy birthday to you, Richie. May this year be a blessed year for you. Maybe an amazing year for you. We're so proud of you and all the things you're doing at the University of Ghana. And may this year be one of your best years yet. Belated happy birthday to you, Richmond Ofori Labi. And yes, the love is bigger on this side from Evergreen Asanto and myself and the rest of the family. Yeah, wish you a blessed year. So belated happy birthday to you. But come to think of it, I now understand why we all click like that. Richmond, myself, Asantoa. It's amazing. It's amazing. So Richie, belated happy birthday to you. Oh yeah. President picture cry. Yeah. Away from here, let's see who we are celebrating again. Sydney Nuete Tete, belated happy birthday to you, Sydney. God bless this new year for you, and may this year be a blessed one for you, Sydney. Have a great year. Away from Sydney, let's see who we are celebrating again. No, Dennis has already come, so I think that'll be it for the belated birthdays. No, there's also some more. We've already celebrated Dennis. So yeah, Abigail Koleki, happy birthday to you, darling. We wish you a blessed year, a beautiful year, an amazing year. May the Lord bless this year for you. And yes, we love you so much. So yeah, have a great year. Have an amazing year. Belated happy birthday to you, Cece Abigail Koleki. Away from her, let's see who we are celebrating again. My ever amazing apostle, Dr. Samuel Obey Mantel. Belated happy birthday to you, sir. God bless you so much. And we celebrate you. We thank God for your life and all that He's using you to do in our lives. Yeah. Have a great year. Have an amazing year. Belated happy birthday to you, man of God. And away from him, let's see who we are celebrating again. Belinda Avon Gray, belated happy birthday to you. May your year be beautiful. May your year be amazing. Have a great year. Away from Belinda, let's see who we are celebrating again this morning. Christabel Amusa, belated happy birthday to you, Christabel Amusa. May the Lord bless this new year for you and may your year be great. Away from Christabel, let's move on. Who are we celebrating again? Debbie Eka, belated happy birthday to you. Welcome to the third floor and may the Lord bless this new year for you. May this year be a blessed one for you, Debbie. Away from Debbie, let's see who we are celebrating again. Fanboy. Charlie. This guy, for all our pictures that you see on social media, you see us post on social media with the WoezorTV tag. Yeah. Behold the man. Thomas Me Tete. Happy birthday to you, Bomba. We love you. We celebrate you so much. And we appreciate you every day. Thank you for all that you do for us and all the amazing shots you've been taking of us, Tommy. Belated happy birthday to you. May this year be a blessed one for you, brother. And away from him, who are we celebrating again this morning? Okay, Emmanuela Nakokoi, belated happy birthday to A. Okay, that's the birthday list for today. Happy birthday to you, Emmanuela Nakokoi. May your year be blessed. May your year be an amazing one. Have a blast. And yes, this is coming from the Gentle Giants to you. He says, happy birthday to you, a woman with a very big heart. Your passion for success is one that reminds me of being young and ready. Continue to shine, continue to make family proud, continue to look beautiful. I love you. God bless your new age. So, Emanuela, this is coming from the Gentle Giants to you. Happy birthday. Away from Emanuela, let's see who we are celebrating again this morning. Angela, happy birthday to you this morning, Angela. May this year be a blessed year for you and may the year be an amazing one for you. This is coming from Grace to you. So yes, have a great year, Angela. Away from her, let's see who we are celebrating again this morning. Emmanuel Owusu Mensah, happy birthday to you, Emmanuel Owusu Mensah. May your year be a great one. May it be an amazing one. And yes, this is coming from Ampofu King to you. He says that happy birthday to the man at the leadership of the SRC at NMTC TEPA. And he's Ashanti Regional Coordinating Secretary of GNMTA Ashba and Ashba President Hopeful. Okay, enjoy today and the best years ahead. We love you so much and we wish you well. So from Ampofokin, Emmanuel Usumensa, happy birthday to you. Away from him, do we still have some more celebrants this morning? My love, ladies and gentlemen, the highlight of the day. Please, she's not Nanado. She is not Nanado. She is not Nanado. Ladies and gentlemen, so they're ever charming, ever beautiful, ever amazing, ever my worry, everything some like baby girl. Happy birthday to you, my love. I love you so much. And may this year be a blessed year for you. Maybe a beautiful year for you. Maybe an amazing year for you.
Has like 1,000 flyers.
Oh, it's just 2. It's two.
Charlie.
May the Lord bless this new year for you, yeah.
Like
we pray for more money, good health, better opportunities, everything. Like
Asantwa looks tall in this photo.
She's a very tall girl. She stands tall in everything she does. Please leave her alone.
The irony.
Please leave her alone. Leave her alone. So, baby, I love you so much. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Evergreen Asantwa, from all of us here at WoezorTV. We love your energy. Keep bringing it in. I want to say no birthday. Senka I brought breakfast basket. But
you don't know Asantwa's birthday is on 19th.
And catch it. You
don't know.
I didn't know.
Okay.
I forgot.
It's not too late.
Yeah. No, but
you can send her money.
Her man will do the needful.
But you can also do the needful. Give her money.
Her man will do the needful.
Asantwa Karim is giving you 5,000 Ghana cedis this morning to sort your birthday troubles.
Is she a delegate? Is she a delegate?
Just leave her alone. See, Karim is giving 5,000 Ghana cedis. I will make sure I take it for you. So, baby, we've got 5,000 here.
Is she a delegate?
She's a delegate.
Which constituency?
Asin North.
Are you?
She's in Asin North.
Are you?
So
her MP is Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister.
She begs.
She should go and take from him.
She doesn't know him. So, baby, happy birthday to you. We love you so much. And yes, may this year be a great one for you. That'll be a wrap this morning here. 4 birthdays on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Please do well to keep your wishes coming into our WhatsApp number 055-269-7939. Let's share your special day and that of your loved ones. We take a quick breather. We'll be back with more for you.
Changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. And in the valleys, keep your head up high. Dare to dream with Puma drinks. Puma, yeah. Believe it, you can achieve. Puma. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make we set the Puma. Oh yeah, come alive. Puma. Let me hear you. Puma drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
Embarrassed. Too embarrassed to speak to a loved one. Too embarrassed to speak to your doctor.
Too embarrassed. When in our lifetime, 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer.
Let me repeat that. 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer disease.
1 in 12. That could be your dad, even your older brother, uncle, or grandfather.
You need to make sure they are not embarrassed to speak to you or their doctor about it.
Hey, Dad, have you had your prostate checked out? See? How hard is that? It's easy. Just start the conversation.
Prostate cancer is survivable if caught and treated early enough.
Don't let embarrassment stop you having this important conversation.
You may save someone's life.
Not just your own.
Or we can be the generation that ends it for good.
Malaria must die, so millions can live.
If you're watching this with your friends, you'll probably make a joke.
Because you know what you feel on the inside
Isn't what you want people to know.
If you have to pretend to be happy, find someone you trust and tell them.
If you get mad at things and you don't know why, or have thoughts about hurting yourself,
Find someone you trust and tell them.
You are never alone when you share.
seriously, people care about you.
It's okay to not understand what you're feeling.
And it's easy to think that you're all alone.
But you don't have to be.
You're never alone when you share.
Don't be ashamed to tell someone you trust what you're feeling.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
Find someone you trust and tell them.
Tell a parent.
Tell a teacher. Tell a brother or sister.
Or just tell a friend.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Talk to someone.
Talk to someone.
It's how things get better.
Embarrassed. Too embarrassed to speak to a loved one. Too embarrassed to speak to your doctor.
Too embarrassed. When in our lifetime, 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer.
Let me repeat that. 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer disease.
1 in 12. That could be your dad, even your older brother, uncle, or grandfather.
You need to make sure they are not embarrassed to speak to you or their doctor about it.
Hey, Dad, have you had your prostate checked out? See? How hard is that? It's easy. Just start the conversation.
Prostate cancer is survivable if caught and treated early enough.
Don't let embarrassment stop you having this important conversation.
You may save someone's life.
Not just your own.
Time now for the WoezorTV report. Let's take a look at the headlines. Now let's begin. President John Dramani Mahama has called for global cooperation and urgent reforms for the world's health architecture at the Accra Reset High-Level Geneva Convening in Switzerland. Speaking to global leaders, President Mahama warned against growing isolationism, stressing that no country can survive alone in the face of global health threats, and said that pandemics knows no borders, and emphasized that the importance of multilateral institutions such as World Health Organization in responding to outbreaks like Ebola in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
We should have a rethink. We should act locally, but think globally. And so we do all in our power in our own countries to try and take our destinies into our own hands. And in Ghana, we are walking the talk, like the minister was saying. Since last year, we've increased coverage to 66% of the National Health Insurance Scheme. But what of the other 34% without coverage? And financing at the point of care is the most critical. And so Like he said, we introduced the free primary health care this year successfully using our own funding. And it was a joy to see the healthcare workers who work especially in the rural areas, from the CHIPS compounds to the health centers to the polyclinics. It is free of charge for every Ghanaian who shows an identity card and goes for treatment.
In other stories, the governor of the Bank of Ghana says the ongoing conflict in the Middle East is creating new risk for Ghana's inflation outlook through the rising of fuel prices and import costs. Opening the 130th Monetary Policy Committee meeting in Accra, Governor Dr. Johnson Pandit Isiama said the external shock is already affecting the global economy and could significantly impact consumer prices in Ghana.
29th MPC meeting, you will recall, we had the outbreak of hostilities in the Middle East that had started in February 2026. It was at the time at a nascent stage. The key issue the committee dealt with at the time, if you recall, and which influenced the policy decision, was at the time whether the conflict will be short-lived or whether it will be protracted. We presented scenarios at the time accordingly, ranging from a swift resolution of the conflict with Brent crude prices returning approximately to $75 per barrel to a protracted conflict sustaining prices around $100 per barrel through year end. Inflation outcomes under those scenarios were varied. But since then, a clearer picture of the Middle East crisis and its potential effects are now emerging. The conflict has not abated, and its economic consequences are now visible in the global data.
The governor noted that the impact of the conflict is already being felt across the global economy and could feed directly into higher fuel, transportation, and import costs in Ghana.
The Strait of Hormuz has triggered a sustained surge in global energy prices. And the IMF has revised its 2026 global growth projection downward to 3.1% from an initial estimate of 3.3%, citing the adverse demand and supply effects of the conflict. So far, early indications point to a reacceleration of headline inflation in several advanced and emerging market economies, prompting several central banks that have commenced easing cycles to pause or even to reverse course. So for a commodity exporting, energy importing economy such as ours, Ghana, the transmission channels of this external shock are multiple and material. Through fuel prices, through transportation costs, through import bills, and ultimately consumer price dynamics.
Also stressed that the new IMF policy coordination instrument will strengthen the Bank of Ghana's monetary policy framework and inflation targeting regime. The MPC is expected to conclude its deliberations later this week with a policy rate decision anticipated.
As colleagues to the Bank of Ghana, the PCI will incorporate commitments relating to the Bank of Ghana's monetary policy framework. It will improve on the transmission mechanism. It will enhance the liquidity forecasting framework and maintain conditionality around the inflation targeting regime, with continued emphasis on forward-looking policies and the anchoring of inflation expectations. The corridor reform that has been under discussion at these meetings is directly consistent with the PCI's monetary framework pillar. The PCI will also focus on strengthening the box balance sheet over the medium term by limiting quasi-fiscal activities, improving transparency and oversight of the domestic gold purchase program. Addressing the operational constraints relating to the DGPP and the broader foreign exchange intermediation architecture, these will be part of the reform agenda in this future engagement. Of course, the foreign exchange framework and reserve management objective will also continue to be assessed.
Of Ghana's Gold Board is strengthening its hold on the country's gold aggregation efforts following another major delivery from Damine Goldman. The latest consignment handed over in Accra on Monday consisted of about 123 kilograms of gold, marking a significant increase from the mine's previous shipment. Officials of the Gold Board described the move as a strong vote of confidence in the National Gold Aggregation Program, which aims to maximize value retention and improve foreign exchange inflows for the economy. There's more in this report.
Board has received a major gold delivery from the Daman Gold Mine for the second time under Ghana's National Gold Aggregation Program. At the latest handover on Monday, May 18 in Accra, the mine supplied about 123 kilograms of gold, roughly 3,400 ounces, representing 100% of its production for the period. This is an increase from the previous delivery of 103 kilograms. Receiving the consignment on behalf of Gold Board Technical Advisor Michelle Akon commended Mr. Ibrahim Mahama, CEO of Daman Gold Mine, and the mine's management team for their commitment to supporting the national economy.
We would like to take this opportunity to encourage all the large-scale mining companies to also endeavor to follow this good example that we are receiving from the Daman Gold Mines.
Legal counsel for Daman Gold Mines, Bobby Banson, dismissed suggestions that earlier commitments were temporary, insisting the latest delivery demonstrates a sustained dedication to national development.
123 kilos represents 100%, way above the national policy of 20 to 30%. And for those that thought that what we did last time was a 9-day wonder, this is just further evidence of the commitment of the mine wholly owned by a Ghanaian to support the Ghanaian economy. Like he said, if all other large-scale mine companies would think of the Ghana's interest first above personal profits, the economy would in the long term be sustainable and for the benefit of every person, not one or two. Every time there is production, as long as the Gold Board has the financial capacity to take it, we will give you the right of first refusal because we want to contribute in our own small way to bringing stability to our economic fortunes, not for the benefit of one person, but for the benefit of all Ghanaians.
The latest delivery arrived just over 2 weeks after the mining firm completed 100% of its first gold production. Officials say the corporation is expected to boost in national revenue and improve stability in Ghana's gold sector. For WoezorTV, Godfred Amwafo reporting.
And now the Ghana Maritime Authority has joined the global community in commemorating the International Day for Women in Maritime, celebrating the resilience, innovation and achievement of women within the maritime industry. The authority says women continue to make significant strides across the sector, from seafaring and port operations to engineering, maritime law and leadership, and breaking barriers and driving progress. According to the Ghana Maritime Authority, promoting gender inclusion and empowering women and girls remains central to the growth and transformation of Ghana's maritime sector. And in other news, the Ghana Bar Association GBA has condemned comments made by minority leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin against the Circuit Court judge handling the case involving Bono Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Kwame Bafo, popularly known as Abronia DC, describing the remarks as unprofessional and unethical. Speaking on the matter, GBA spokesperson Xavier Kuje said the conduct of the minority leader, who is also a senior lawyer and a chief, fell short of the standard expected of someone of his standing at the bar. His comment followed remarks by Afenyo-Markin during a press conference on Sunday, May 17, where he criticized the judge over the continued remand of Abronia DC and declared that he would continue to disrespect him until he upholds the law. And away from that, the National Communications Authority has marked World Telecommunication and Information Society Day 2026 with renewed commitment to improving telecom service quality and expanding digital connectivity across Ghana. The event, held on the theme NTA at 30, Stakeholder Reflections on Regulation, Innovation and the Future of Ghana's Communications Industry, brought together regulated telecom operators, consumer groups, and development partners to discuss network quality, digital inclusion, infrastructure protection, and investment in emerging technologies.
Communication Authority has marked World Telecommunication and Information Society Day 2026 with a call for improved telecom service delivery and stronger collaboration across Ghana's communications industry. The event, held as part of the authority's 30th anniversary celebrations, brought together regulators, telecom operators, consumer groups and digital industry stakeholders under the theme NCA at 30 Stakeholder Reflections on Regulation, Innovation and the Future of Ghana's Communications Industry. Director General of the NCA, Reverend Engineer Edmond Fianco, acknowledged growing concerns over poor network quality and coverage gaps, especially in rural and peri-urban communities.
Across this country, the public is telling us in growing numbers and in increasingly clear terms that the service they are paying for is not the service they are receiving. Drop calls, slow data, coverage that fades the moment one moves beyond the major urban corridors. And in our newer peri-urban settlements and across many of our rural communities, there are places where there is simply no usable service at all, even though we have over 95% coverage. So let me state the authority's position clearly. The service Ghanaians pay for must be the service they receive.
Industry presentations during the forum focused on consumer protection, spectrum management, competition regulation, and the served network coverage and investments in digital infrastructure. Delivering remarks on behalf of the UN Secretary General, UNESCO representative Edmond Mukala stressed the need for resilient and inclusive digital systems.
Too many communities remain offline, critical systems are vulnerable, disinformation and cyber threats are growing. So we must invest in connectivity from seabed cables to satellites, from local access to open standard and digital skills.
The NCS says it will continue working with stakeholders to improve service quality and expand reliable connectivity across the country. For WoezorTV, Ellen from Pong.
Time now for some international news. Now let's get into our international news. At least 100 deaths have been reported in an Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo, with more than 390 cases suspected, according to authorities. Jane Kasia warned that with no approved drugs or vaccines, people should follow public health measures, including at funerals of Ebola victims. There are also 2 confirmed cases and 1 death in Uganda, says the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The World Health Organization has declared the outbreak of the current strain of Ebola, which is caused by the Bundibugyo virus, as an international emergency. This brings us to the end of the WoezorTV report. Many thanks for staying with us. I am Karen Naoyukote.
Embarrassed. Too embarrassed to speak to a loved one. Too embarrassed to speak to your doctor.
Too embarrassed. When in our lifetime, 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer.
Let me repeat that. 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer disease.
1 in 12. That could be your dad, even your older brother, uncle, or grandfather.
You need to make sure they are not embarrassed to speak to you or their doctor about it.
Hey, Dad, have you had your prostate checked out? See? How hard is that? It's easy. Just start the conversation.
Prostate cancer is survivable if caught and treated early enough.
Don't let embarrassment stop you having this important conversation.
You may save someone's life.
Not just your own.
Okay, next one. Sit down. Look to camera.
This is what it looks like to be exceptional, to stand out from the crowd, to make history. But what if women didn't have to be exceptional? What if they didn't have to be the first, the best, or the only woman? What if being a female engineer wasn't remarkable? What if women and men could compete as equals? I don't want to make history. I don't want to be the only woman. I want to be one of many.
Gentlemen, I've got some bad news and some good news. Okay, the bad news is that your chances of getting prostate cancer are now just 7 to 1. In fact, prostate cancer is killing one man every single hour of the day in this country. Imagine that, one every hour of the day. But the good news is, we're forming a team to stop that clock. Men United. It's time men united together to fight prostate cancer, the way women have united against breast cancer. We need to get together and find a cure, as well as better ways to care for the 250,000 prostate cancer sufferers out there. Please, get on side and join us in the fight. Men United versus prostate cancer. We can win this.
Welcome back for Sports Update on the Breakfast Cafe. My name is Godfred Amwafo. Like we started last week with you, giving you live coverage and all updates from the African Athletic Championship that happened in Ghana. It came to a close on Sunday, last week Sundays. Of course, it's important that we give you the latest. Like I made mention throughout with our report with Eminence, who was on the ground during the course of the week to give us more updates from the field. We promise you that after the games, he will join us in studio for us to have some discussions about what happened on the field, Ghana's performance and other African countries that came in. Remember that if you look at the table, the medal table, South Africa dominated with 20 medals in all, getting 9 golds in there. But then Ghana was placed somewhere 20th, winning just 5 medals in that competition. So you want to see Ghana's performance. What actually can we do to better ourselves going into other competitions when it comes to athletics and other track events or field events, as we hope to see world games and all those stuff coming up for our countries. Of course, it was a good tournament for Ghana, hosting it here in that regard. But of course, other countries, like it happens even in Olympics, they travel to win. America go elsewhere to win medals and heavy medals, of course, dominating the gold and all that. But then as a host country, we're expecting that the performance will be something else. But then let's zoom in and look at the performance of Ghana when it comes to the athletics. What stood out for us as a country? What can we learn from the athletes that came to, participate in this competition, whether from other countries or from Ghana, how we can actually learn from them. So that is the medal table. That is the other half of the medal table. We have Morocco placing 15, winning 0 gold, silver 2, and then bronze 0. So Morocco had 2. Ghana had 5 in all. So this the updated one. Ghana have 5 in that regard for our mother country. And so let's draw in Eminence. He is a sports journalist, and of course he also was the announcer, the third announcer of the game. So he was part of the officials for the tournament. He actually ensured that the Ghanaians' names were properly mentioned, and even the French names, because he has a francophone background. Eminence, welcome as you join us in studio this morning. How are you doing?
Yeah, let me say good morning to Godfred Amwafo. I'm doing pretty well.
You at the stadium throughout. We saw you announcing a lot of the events when it comes to the track and even on the field. First of all, you've been an announcer, being there. How was it feeling like?
Well, it's fact. This is the first time Ghana is hosting, and knowing very well that you are on home soil, it is massive to be alongside the 2 biggest announcers in Africa, talking about Gerardine Lecluse Amé of Mauritius, and then talking about Oloko and Yoko of Cameroon. It is massive to be right inside the stadium at the University of Ghana.
Very well. Let's talk about Ghana's performance. You saw that. Was it something shocking to you?
Not at all, not at all. If you say shocking, I don't agree with you. But if you say, can it be improved? Yes, it can. Because if you look at the last edition in Douala, that was in Cameroon 2 years ago, Ghana won 3 medals, 2 gold medals, 1 silver. So if you look at that performance, in total you say 3 medals. But the beauty of it is they were gold medals and silver. But this time we had 5 medals.
So you have improved in the medals,
yes,
but then we missed out from gold.
Yes, so that is where I think the area can be looked at, because 5 medals, if we had 3 gold medals, our position from 20th would have jumped to probably in the top 5 or top 6 or top 10. That would have been better, because in the last edition we were 9th, this time 20th. But if you look at the number of medals won, you say, okay, we really did well. 5 medals, and the medals came from 4x100 men and women. That is 400 meters women, 800 meters men, and then high jump.
What can we do to better ourselves going forward?
Yes, what can we do? 17 athletes were called up for this particular tournament. On home soil, I was expecting 25 or more, because we had 46 events, 23 male events, 23 female events. So 46, at least we should have close to 30 athletes, so we could represent in every discipline, if not event. That would have raised our chances of winning medals and give exposure. So that's what I'm thinking. The next one is to probably improve upon our finishing. The heats were fantastic. In fact, we are considered to be the king of heats in the track event, but when it comes to the final, we miss out. So probably a little bit of polishing on the athletes will do a lot of good for us.
But who were those stand out to you when it comes to the events?
Yes, when you talk about Ghana, for me, the biggest takeaway is the young champs that were writing WASI, the SHS students gotten from the first open and the second open, talking about Gladys Boatin of Samo SHS, and then Aisha Jaffa of Tia Madia in Kumasi. For me, these are the one bronze medal in 4x100. It tells you that the future of Ghana is bigger and brighter. These are senior high school students. For me, that is it. But if you look at other performances, Esther Benewa winning silver, only silver in the competition. You know, she took in the footsteps of Rose Amonima Yeboah, who went to the Africa Games and smashed the record and went to world stage, and then placed, I think, 13th or so in that, if not 8th or 13th. That is massive. Looking at performance-wise for Ghana, these are some of the athletes, knowing very well Joseph Polamwa is already a big name. The likes of Abdurrashid Saminu, they are big names. Edwin Gadai, these are names that have qualified Ghana for the world relay. So yes, I feel that these athletes and more, including Janet Dakwa, that really moved from 4th place to 2nd place in the 4x400, but unfortunately Ghana finished 4th.
Let's talk about the big guys that you made mention. I mean, we were expecting them to win gold for us. One will ask, what went wrong?
Yes, you see, Ghana couldn't defend what they won in Cameroon, in Douala, talking about the 4x100. It tells you that the other countries are looking sharper. Cote d'Ivoire won it in gold, Ghana in bronze, and then talking about Nigeria in silver position. Yes, if you look at combination, there was no Benjamin Nazameti, don't forget. And we had Ibrahim Fuseni coming in to replace. So you can see that the team chemistry probably lack balance. That is the main reason why we might have missed out on the 4x100. But I was expecting nothing less than a silver medal would have cushioned us, knowing very well that we are defending champions in that category, and we needed to make it count in this on home soil.
Let's talk about the medal table as we speak on our screen. South Africa came top. Looking at, I mean, were you expecting them? Looking at Kenya and other countries with well-known name when it comes to athletics, were you surprised or something? I mean, South Africa coming in this big in this competition.
Honestly, Godfred, if you look at that table and you look at South Africa, you wonder, how did they do it? Let me break the news here. South Africa did not really do well in the track event. In fact, they won only a gold medal in 3,000 and 5,000 or so meters men. But what they did that worked for them is the field event.
That's where Ghana lacked.
Yes.
We didn't present a lot of athletes.
Exactly. Not even for javelin, not even for shot
put. So the focus was much on the track events.
Exactly. Exactly. So you can see 9 gold medals, 3 silver, 10 bronze. If their silver were to 10 gold, you can imagine how many gold medals they would have won. That is the focus. They represented in almost every discipline, whether in heptathlon, shot put, hammer throw, and all of a sudden, they seem to be bagging medal in every competition.
Do you know the number of contingent they brought here?
I think that should be close to 20.
20.
Yes, 20. Because Ghana has 17. The likes of Algeria and some other countries brought 25.
25.
So when you look at that number, you realize that yes, the more they have, the more chances they are standing to win.
Kenya came second. Ethiopia. Big name in athletics.
Yes. You can mention these names, but you should know that these countries are much more efficient in the long distance races, much more. 5,000, 10,000, and talking about 20-kilometer walk race as well. When it comes to the sprint event, they are nowhere to be found. The likes of Botswana is in there, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, they are all big names, including Ghana. So basically, that is the main reason why they slant a little bit in terms of their medal zone.
Fantastic. Nigeria, our neighboring country. I mean, we know what happens on social media anytime Ghana is not, but they are fourth. Ghana is not even in the first 10. Have you engaged some of the athletes? What were they telling you with regards to this game?
Yes, when you listen to Toby Emusan, world record holder in 100 meters hurdles women. She smashed gold in the 100-meter hurdles and has gone to the Shanghai Grand Prix to make third in the world. These are the biggest names to have come to the competition. When you run in a race that includes a world record holder, you know what that means. It means that you can play second fiddle. If you look at the other names, Rosemary, Chukwuma, and Toby, the likes of Amechi and all of them, they really came to the party. Nigeria actually wanted to make a huge statement. But you know, athletics is an individual sport, even though we have the group, which is the relay event, but all these medals accumulated, and that is why Nigeria remain where they are.
Where do we start from as a country? Must we focus on the grassroots more at this moment, or we should still continue relying on the already made names? And as I speak, majority of our athletes are not even in the country.
Well, as you are watching on the screen now, you can realize that we have the facility now, at least, though we can want to boast of more to come. But look at this facility to host the Africa Games and still host the African Championship in athletics tells you that gradually we are getting that infrastructure. Now the question is the athlete and then their mentality, coaching dimension. I feel that the late call-up of athletes does not really order well for us, especially when you are even hosting it. I feel that athletes should be called up at least 2 months when you are hosting it. Maybe if you're not hosting it, 6 weeks would have done a lot of good. So the team chemistry comes in, the mentality is built, and especially with these young ones from senior high school and then probably in training college or universities coming in, it will give them some time because the psychology of the game must well be drilled in order to give them that shape, and motivation is key. If you motivate these athletes, you realize that maybe the sky will be their limit. And more so, we don't need to allow this competition to go to bed and then we wait for the next 2 years before we start looking at it. And finally, we need to call up more athletes. At least give them experience, irrespective of their positions.
Not just even the track.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should focus on the field as well, the javelin and all those things. I mean, you did justice to that. I don't know, but then we have other stories when it comes to sports. You're a fan of Manchester United, right?
Absolutely.
I don't know. How do you feel when you hear Pep Guardiola is stepping down from Man City, giving your team that dominance in the city of Manchester?
When you have one of the biggest coaches in the world, if not the best managers of all time, leaving a league, you know what that means? It means that aura, that beauty, the competition, how managers fight on the touchline is being taken away. Just like when Mourinho left the EPL. I feel he has done all he takes to do for Manchester City. They are where they are now because of Pep Guardiola. In as much as we know Roberto Mancini won the league before Pep Guardiola came. But I feel that, yes, probably Guardiola doesn't stay in a club beyond 3 to 4 years, so he has done much more with Manchester City. Absolutely. So I feel that maybe it's sad news for Manchester City, but it's another new dawn for them because I know they'll be looking to go into a new chapter with another manager.
Arsenal close to winning the EPL. Yesterday they won against Burnley.
1-0.
It's just a game left. If today Man City fails to win, then Arsenal can be crowned
champions. Yes, it tells you how competitive the EPL has been. Even those in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th position are still battling it out. For Arsenal, they just need a single 1-0 win on the last day to guarantee it, because a draw may not be anything good, knowing very well that Manchester City is chasing, and then they have the goal difference in terms of boasting the superior goal difference. So yes, Arsenal may have to win it on the last day for Mikel Arteta.
Fantastic, Eminence in there. Let's look at World Cup daily fact when it comes to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Last week we did Mexico. This time we are looking at Canada. The country Canada, when it comes to the World Cup, they are co-hosts of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So Canada's men's national team nickname is the Reds in that regard. Now Canada first qualified for the men's World Cup in 1986, which was hosted in Mexico. Now their second qualification came 36 years later for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Now Canada scored its first ever World Cup goal in 2022 when Alphonso Davies headed in a goal against Croatia after just 68 seconds. So that's the goal on your screen, Alphonso. He grew up from Ghana. You know him, right?
Absolutely. He's a fantastic player.
Yeah. So he scored Canada's first ever goal at the World Cup, and he did that just in 68 seconds, because that was the second time Canada was making it to the FIFA World Cup in that regard. This time around, they are part of the teams that will be hosting the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Alphonso Davies is widely considered one of Canada's greatest soccer players, and became the first Canadian to score at FIFA World Cup. Canada is co-hosting, like I mentioned. Now Canada host cities for the 2026 are Toronto and Vancouver, and so they are in Group B with Bosnia and Herzegovina, Qatar, and Switzerland. It should be matching orders for them, because if you look at Bosnia and Herzegovina and Qatar, maybe Switzerland will give them a match, but then I'm not sure that Canada will be out in the group stage because of the squad they found themselves, the team they found themselves. Now 2026 FIFA World Cup games in Canada will be hosted in these two stadiums. We have the BMO Field, which officially FIFA calls it Toronto Stadium, located in Toronto. We have the BC Place, which FIFA also calls it BC Place Vancouver, located in Vancouver. Now Canada will host matches in only these two cities during the 2026 World Cup. Population of Canada is hovering around 40.5 million, and so if you are going to Canada, you should find yourself that you are going to be in midst of 40.5 million people. The weather of Canada during this World Cup will be around 20 degrees to 30 degrees, because it will be summer from June going. So from June to August, Canada finds itself in the summer, and so expect that the condition will be from 20 degrees to 30 degrees. So those of you that will be traveling to Canada, put this at the back of your mind. And sometimes it can even exceed to 35 degrees in that regard. Let's look at some popular foods. We have the poutine, and so what the food that you should be looking up to, those of you that will be traveling, it says that it originated from Quebec. Poutine is made with fries, cheese, curds, and gravy. It's considered one of Canada's signature comfort foods. Eminence, I don't know whether you'll be going to the World Cup, but in this brief about Canada, they are part of the countries hosting the 2026 FIFA, and that's where Ghana is going to base. The country Ghana is going to base for our games when it comes to the group stages. So this is something brief. They scored their first goal in the World Cup in 2022. Alphonso Davies scoring that goal for Canada. What do you make of them briefly before we end this conversation?
Well, they have a balanced squad in terms of aging and then the youthful exuberance. And with Alphonso Davies firing on all cylinders, that was a teasing ball in, a thunderous header, and then getting past the goalkeeper. They have a decent squad at least to make out the group stage and see if they can advance from the knockout phase. So we're hoping to see how they bring their A game into this competition.
Bosnia and Herzegovina, Qatar, and Switzerland and Canada are in Group B for that tournament. And so you hope to see that they will qualify. They will score more goals. It will be only Alphonso Davies. For him, even this season, he hasn't been in the top form because of injuries for Bayern Munich. But of course, you know that when World Cup comes in, it's another different game. Brazil yesterday named their squad, and João Pedro of Chelsea was left out of the squad. But Neymar joined the team, and yesterday at Brazil, it wasn't easy. People, thrown the street to celebrate the call out for Neymar. It will be the last dance for the legend. So you hope to see what will happen. A lot of teams or countries are bringing out their list, and so as and when it drops, you update it. My name is Godfrey Amwafo. I did this with Eminence Onyema. But before you go, Eminence, this is Pajoma 2027. That is the AFCON 2027. The pot is out. Ghana finds itself in pot 2. And so this is how they're going to seed us into groups when it comes to the qualifiers. So we are going to look at the qualifiers 2027. We find ourselves in group 2. Let's see if we can quickly go through the pot for us and see the countries that Ghana is likely to play when it comes to the qualifiers. We have Cape Verde in there, Ghana in there, Guinea, we have Gabon, we have Uganda, we have Angola, Benin, Zambia, Mozambique, Madagascar, Equatorial Guinea, and Comoros. It's not that bad, apart from Cape Verde and Guinea anyways, but this is our ports for the qualifiers. I don't know, time will not permit us for us to go through all the ports and even digest for us to know which team will post straight to Ghana. Terra for Sports, I did this with Eminence Onyema. He was the third announcer of the African Athletic Championship just ended on Sunday, and is a sports journalist. He did us the favor, giving us all the updates from the beginning to the close. Thank you so much for joining this morning, Onyema.
Yeah.
It's a wrap for sports. Asante, I bring you entertainment. Do stay.
If you're watching this with your friends, you'll probably make a joke.
Because you know what you feel on the inside isn't what you want people to know.
If you have to pretend to be happy, find someone you trust and tell them.
If you get mad at things and you don't know why, or have thoughts about hurting yourself,
find someone you trust and tell them.
You are never alone when you share. Seriously, people care about you.
It's okay to not understand what you're feeling.
And it's easy to think that you're all alone.
But you don't have to be.
You're never alone when you share. Don't be ashamed to tell someone you trust what you're feeling.
You're not alone.
You are not alone. Find someone you trust and tell them.
Tell a parent.
Tell a teacher. Tell a brother or sister.
Or just tell a friend.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Talk to someone.
Talk to someone.
It's how things get better.
Okay, next one. Sit down. Look to camera.
This is what it looks like to be exceptional, to stand out from the crowd, to make history. But what if women didn't have to be exceptional? What if they didn't have to be the first, the best, or the only woman? What if being a female engineer wasn't remarkable? What if women and men could compete as equals? I don't want to make history. I don't want to be the only woman. I want to be one of many.
Welcome back from that quick break. You're still watching the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. My name is Evergreen Asanto and this is the entertainment update. Now coming up in today's entertainment stories, Black Sherif has announced an upcoming concert in New York. Richie Mensah also has announced that Lynx Entertainment is no more a record label. So this and more coming your way shortly. But of course, let's start off with that of Lynx Entertainment. And Richie Mensah has announced that Lynx Entertainment is moving away from the traditional record label model. Speaking in a recent interview, Richie explained that the company will now focus on music distribution and related services, helping artists release their work globally through digital streaming platforms rather than signing and managing talent directly. The decision has sparked discussions about the future of talent development in Ghana, especially given Lynx Entertainment's role in launching the careers of Kiddy, Kwame Eugene, and Miss V.
Of Lynx. So currently, Lynx no longer manages any artists. Lynx is officially out of the artist management business. I mean, never say never. I cannot predict what the future holds, but currently as we stand, Lynx does not manage artists. What we have done is we've converted the record label into a distribution company. We've shifted that part to distribution. And then the next thing that I'm phase out the music management part of Lynx. So currently, Lynx no longer manages any artists. Lynx is officially out of the artist.
So yes, you heard him right, and apparently that was or is a decision that he made to himself some time ago, that when he turns 40, he is going to sort of, make changes when it comes to Lynx Entertainment. So now Lynx Entertainment is a distribution company and not a record label. So let's not get it twisted, and then you should know what is currently happening in the entertainment industry. But a lot of us are disappointed because Lynx Entertainment, I can boldly say, is one of the biggest record labels that we have here in Ghana. So it's quite unfortunate to see that this is currently happening. But of course, he's a businessman. He knows what he wants and he knows the future that he has for his business. So who are we to question him, right? But hopefully we can get some record labels also stepping in that of, filling the shoes of Lynx Entertainment. But it's quite disappointing and heartbreaking. But life goes on and things happen. So that is his birthday wish, and we also accept it in good faith and just go with the flow. Now let's talk about Black Sherif. And Black Sherif has also announced a major concert in New York City titled Sun Swagger. If you remember clearly, I told you that now when you meet Blacko somewhere, don't call him Blacko, okay? Say Swagger. If you like, you can add the Sun Swagger. So that's the latest update, and the show is scheduled for August 1st, 2026 at the Hammerstein Ballroom, with early bird tickets already sold out. Organized in partnership with Road Boys Association and Safecom Group, the event marks Black Sherif's first major international concert announcement since winning Artist of the Year at the Telecel Ghana Music Awards 2026. So once again, congratulations going out to him. Wiyala has been named Global Fugu Ambassador in recognition of her effort to promote Northern Ghanaian culture.
What's up, New York City? The pop star is alive. Hammerstein Ballroom, Manhattan Center. You are coming back. I love you guys so much. Go get your tickets. I can't wait to see you. It's going down.
So yes, that is Sun Swagger for you. If you find yourself in New York somewhere around August, in fact August 1st is the date, then you have to make sure that you're buying your tickets because early bird ticket is already sold out. So if you don't hurry up, it means that you might not be able to attend the event, even though you might have the money to pay for the entry. So please do wild and make sure that you buy yourself a ticket. And then let's move away from that, and we also celebrated an amazing woman who has always been putting Ghana on the map, and I'm talking about Ghanaian musician Wiyala. Now she has been named Global Fugu Ambassador in recognition of her effort to promote Northern Ghanaian culture and fashion worldwide. Now known for wearing traditional Fugu designs on international stages, she is expected to support initiatives that strengthen local textiles industries and encourage young Africans to embrace their cultural heritage. Now, the recognition has been widely praised as a fitting honor for her long-standing commitment to celebrating African identity through music and fashion. A huge congratulations going out to Wiyala on this one. These are some of the things I always say that we love to see. I mean, if they had not given it to Wiyala, who else could have embodied this better? I know that there are lots of people out there too who are in support of this initiative, the way of the Fugu on international stages and what have you. So yes, but Wiyala, oh my, so congratulations going out to you on this one. Now let's talk about something shocking, something surprising that happened over the weekend throughout to now as I am speaking with you. Can your favorite artist ever drop 3 albums in one day or one night? I don't think so, right? But this one that I am about to talk about did that, and we all shocked. He didn't just drop an album, he made history with it. So Drake has surprised fans by releasing 3 albums at once: Iceman, Habibti, and Maid of Honor. Now the ambitious trilogy quickly dominated streaming platforms, with each project exploring a different sound. Iceman focuses on rap and lyrical confrontation, while Habibti and Maid of Honor lean toward more melodic styles. Now the release marks another major chapter in Drake's career following his highly publicized feud with Kendrick Lamar. I mean, Kendrick fans can never relate to this one, but yeah, there's a lot of back and forth going on social media, but I still stand. You can't relate, okay? But we are here for it. We are here for all the good news and also the bad ones, of course, but we love good news as a matter of fact. So we are waiting to see how far this will go. 3 albums, one night, and it has made history. It is topping chart and then breaking records. Congratulations going out to Drake. And now Grammy Awards, we are all looking forward to it. And finally, the announcement is also out, and the Grammy Awards will be broadcast live on ABC for the first time since 1972 and will also stream on Disney Plus and Hulu. Now the ceremony is scheduled for February 7th, 2027 at the Crypto.com Arena. Nominations are expected to be announced on November 16th, 2026. Now, according to the Recording Academy, the move is designed to expand the global reach and accessibility of the awards, and that is also the current updates with the 2027 Grammy Awards that we are all looking forward to. So you take note that November 16th we are having the nomination announcement, and also on February 7th, 2027 we get to experience another Grammy Awards. And this is where I leave you for today's entertainment update here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and at exactly 2 o'clock p.m. I come your way with Tune Talk. We always talk the tune and live the vibe. And of course, happy birthday to myself. Thank you all so much for wishing me. I'm still, enjoying the birthday celebration, by the way, but I love you all, and I really do appreciate all the wishes and the prayers, and then what have you. I'll see you, God willing, tomorrow. Have a good morning or good day, and enjoy the rest of our programs.
Okay, next one. Sit down. Look to camera.
This is what it looks like to be exceptional, to stand out from the crowd, to make history. But what if women didn't have to be exceptional? What if they didn't have to be the first, the best, or the only woman? What if being a female engineer wasn't remarkable? What if women and men could compete as equals? I don't want to make history. I don't want to be the only woman. I want to be one of many.
Your flight is ready to leave.
Sit back and relax and enjoy the flight.
All right, so welcome back. Many thanks for still staying with us right here on WoezorTV. This is the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe, and thanks to the birthday girl, Santua, for bringing us the latest update in the world of entertainment. Quite a number of things happening post the TGMS, and of course the other details that she's brought to us. In the camp of Links Entertainment also, she gave us an update on that. Happy birthday to you, WoezorTV's finest, Santua. Cheers, cheers, and many more years ahead. But of course, Godfred also brought us sports, fallout from the just ended Senior Athletics Championship that was held here in Ghana. Quite a number of things that was captured in that presentation by Godfred as well. But it's time for us. Yesterday, if you watch carefully, we had a session with some representatives from the landfills to landmarks. And of course, we spoke about their upcoming summits, which will start today. My colleague Ellen Frimpong is on standby to give us an update on what the event is all about and where the event is happening at the moment. Ellen, good morning. If you can hear me, how are you doing?
Good morning, Randy. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I am okay, but I think your voice is quite faint. If you can speak up a little bit, or can you hear me better?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. So, Ellen, tell me about this particular summit. Where is it happening, and what must viewers know?
And the message is very simple. Let us take textile waste, that is imported textile waste, into profit, more profit, and not just pollution. So currently, Randy, the day 2 is underway of the 5-day long event. And day 1, which is where importers, recyclers, and dealers met together to discuss how we can move from just being a dumping ground of imported textile waste into how we can make that, we can build a circular model that would assist us to make profits and also build a sustainable practice that will prevent Ghana from just being a dumping ground for imported textile waste. Now, Randy, you do know Kantamanto, and Kantamanto is one of the biggest markets in Ghana, also one of the biggest sites where imported textile waste end up being dumped. And it helps provide jobs. It also provides affordable clothing for those who cannot afford what I'm wearing, which is the garment. So Kantamanto has already become one of the biggest markets for imported textile waste. But then the question remains that there is a hard truth, which is that about 5 to 15% of imported textile waste, or the bill of imported textile waste that goes to Kantamanto, becomes unsellable. It becomes unusable. So what happens to this waste that we cannot use? It ends up in landfills that end up being burnt and then causing pollution by releasing toxic smoke into the air. Again, this imported textile waste that are not usable becomes choked in our beaches, in our lagoons. So this is the main purpose of the landfills to landmarks, is to draw attention to what we can do to these imported textile waste that becomes unusable, and then how we can make sure that Ghana profits heavily from this particular event. Randy, currently with me is one of the representatives of the Textile Recycling International. He's also one of the major sponsors of the event, and he's here with me, and I want him to speak to WoezorTV and to our cherished viewers what the purpose of this whole gathering is. Kindly introduce yourself to us.
Yes, good morning. My name is Peter. I'm the Recycling and ESG Director for Textile Recycling International, and we are again headline sponsors for this event. We've been involved in this event since day 1, and we are continuing that confidence and accountability, traceability, and bringing all stakeholders together in one room for this year's event.
Is there a singular purpose or a singular reason why it is important for Ghana to manage its textile waste?
Well, Ghana, or Accra and Kantamanto market, is one of the biggest second-hand markets in the world. And it's here that we can make real positive change, and looking at how we bring textiles in, how they're sorted, how they're graded, and how they're sold.
there is one thing that keeps repeating, one particular issue that keeps repeating, and that is that one of the biggest problems we have is that a lot of these textile waste becomes unusable. It becomes unusable, and we want to know, is your company or Textile Recycling International willing to soak up or fund the waste management of these textiles?
So there is a problem in Ghana and the Kantamanta market in Accra itself on used textiles that come to end of life, and this is usually down to lack of export and import controls. Our group, Textile Recycling International, we have been selling into this market for over 35 years. We have full accountability and traceability for all our garments right until end of life, and that needs to be the standard for going forward, and this event is hopefully going to prove that.
Is there some technologies in place that you're going to assist Ghana with when it comes to sustainable practice of the use of textiles?
Yes, so the technology we are using just now is the Bale Index platform that we are tracking all containers, all bales and all sales to each and individual retailer, and allowing certain retailers that are part of the pilot project to bring textiles back if they're unsold or unsuitable for resale. We will then give them a credit and allow that material to then be sourced and sorted for recycling.
Thank you so much, Mr. Peter. That was Mr. Peter from the Textile Recycle International, and he was reiterating my point that textile recycling is very important in a situation where we have a mass import of textile waste management that are unusable. And again, it brings us to the point of what can we do to ensure that we are managing our waste sufficiently. He mentioned that there are some technologies that are being put in place, like the bale tracking, which is what will track all the imported waste that are unusable or unsellable. Like I mentioned in my statistics, about 5 to 15% of these textile waste end up in landfills that are burnt, or they end up along our beaches or in our lagoons. So his idea is that bale tracking will assist the local, the importers, the dealers, the bale recyclers to be able to track all the textile waste that are unusable, so that we will be able to return them or have the company take back what is unused. Again, last year, another technology was launched, if I'm right. It was the cream exchange tracking machine, which is also sought to do the same thing that bill tracking was doing, which is to ensure that every textile waste that's imported in the country, if it is unusable, it will be tracked and taken back to where it is coming from. Obroniwewu is something we continually, consistently use in Ghana, and that is what we will keep advocating for. The landfill to landmark is not focused on clearing second-hand clothing from the country. No, the aim is to build a circular model to ensure that we are able to track the imported waste that come into the country, so that they don't end up choked on our lagoons and they don't end up choked on our beaches. So that is what, Randy, we are talking about this morning.
And I'm grateful, and
then
for
again,
that,
we have
that
the cream
report,
exchange, like I was mentioning.
delve deeper
that helps
into it
to
for me. What criteria or group of people are in attendance, and who are the beneficiaries of this or participants of this particular summit?
To landmarks was handling the imported waste. But then again, like I'm mentioning, the idea is not to just eliminate second-hand clothing from Ghana's industry. It is to prevent Ghana from being a dumping ground for brands like Shein or Zara, who will just dump their imported second-hand clothing to us, but then to be able to maintain a sustainable practice that will ensure that the recycling or the second-hand clothing we use are being able to be used for something else. I have with me another guest who is here for the Landfills to Landmark event, and I would want her to speak to WoezorTV as well. Kindly introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Lavinia Fernandez, and I'm the Vice Chair of the Board for Landfills to Landmarks.
Wonderful. What is the whole concept behind this particular program?
So it's very nuanced. Essentially what we deal with is the issue of second-hand textile trade flows which have arrived into Ghana, and what happens next. What happens? We have now 86 countries who are exporting second-hand clothing into Ghana, and what we're concerned with is how are those clothes dealt with when they arrive here? Are they sold? If they are sold, how long do the consumers hold the clothing for before they resell them? What do they do? Is there any ability to resell? and then essentially what happens at that point of retirement. We want to be able to recover those textiles to enable the circular economy. However, if there is no textile recycling within this country, what do we need to do to help build the infrastructure, enable that to happen?
There's a major concern that when you look at Ghana's garment industry, we do not have a lot of local industries, and that is where second-hand clothing comes in. Do you think that we should rather invest into our local industries to produce garments like the one I'm wearing, rather than focusing on just second-hand clothing?
100%. The second-hand clothing textile trade has been going on for 5 decades, so this is 50 years. There was never an intention to displace national manufacturing and production, and this is very well covered. What we have now is we have a modern population, and that population are shopping online. They're looking at the trends, global trends. Now, if they do not buy the second-hand textiles, which are very highly desirable and very well received here, they will be buying new clothes with much lower quality in many circumstances. So this is an opportunity for this stretch of price parity to enable people to engage with fashion and with trends, and it really isn't a negative thing to buy secondary clothing. For example, within the UK and Europe, it's very normal to have platforms where you sell friends to friends, peer to peer. You can buy second-hand clothes very easily.
Another thing I wanted to find out is that when it comes to second-hand clothing, we know that there are quite a number. Like yesterday, it was mentioned that they keep coming in worse conditions every year. What is your record showing? What is the statistics saying about that?
Well, this is the issue really that we're facing right now. Is we don't have fast fashion anymore. We have ultra fast fashion. Ultra fast fashion is clothing designed to be obsolete in a very short period of time. There are stitches designed to be dissolved. The materials themselves are very low quality. There are safety on chemicals which haven't been tested. We do not know the dyes. We do not know, because they're not regulated, these clothing. These things are just trash, and we can't stop them from being manufactured. But this really is the problem. What do we do with all of these waste clothing, which actually has very low desirability over a period of time? You buy an item which is classic, you might have it in your wardrobe for 20 years. You buy something which is just of low timeless appeal, and it's going to be disposable within months.
What exactly can we do beyond having the bill that you mentioned that was launched last week? Beyond that, what do we do to ensure that we are able to desist or reject the fashion that comes that are undesirable?
Well, this is where we come in. So we have a traceability platform, and we are tracking as best we can by opening as many bales as we can, just to ensure that the items which were requested, remember that these bales, they're not dumped. They're actually bought in advance, so they are ordered. So, for example, a Ghanaian importer might say, I want to have a bale of men's clothing, this sort of size, light coloured, not 100% polyester, polycotton blend, something like this. When you open the bale, if it's come from a country which does sorting and grading to a very high standard like the UK does, if you have waste, it's not likely to be ripped and torn clothing or clothes that can be used. What we call waste might be women's blouses, which have gone inside a men's trousers bale.
All right, thank you so much, Madam, for having time and speaking with WoezorTV. So you heard her. She was reiterating my point. Again, we do not just want to become a dumping ground for textile waste. We want to be able to process textile waste into something sustainable that is environmental friendly. We are moving into that green economy, so we want the space where our textile waste or second-hand clothing do not just become things that end up in our beaches, polluting our environment, but we want them to become sustainable. One other thing she mentioned that I was really happy about is that she mentioned that it's not just about importing the bales into the country, but importing them in desirable quality, which is something we lack in this country. Most of our bills end up being in an undesirable state, tones, or having a woman's blouse, like she mentioned, in the men's section. So that is what this Landfills to Landmark event is all about, and we are hoping that by the end of the 5 days, we will be able to have a sustainable and more environmental friendly Ghana.
All right, Ellen, thank you so much. I asked about the participants because if you are looking at what is happening, mainly the focus is going to be on the local industry or the local sector, and that is where the focus and the direction would have to be on. Do we have some people from that sector as part of the participants for this summit? Okay, I think we're struggling to get Ellen. Ellen, if you heard me, I asked about the participants for the summit. Do we have reps from the local industry? Because the concentration is mainly going to be on the local industry. Is that where we're having the participants from? Viewers, if you're just tuning in, this is the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe, and we're having a conversation on the Land Fuel to Landmark Summit, which is underway currently here in Ghana, the capital, Accra, precisely Labadi, where indeed the focus is on recycling. I mean, Ellen has taken us through what we need to know with regards to this particular program. She's spoken to two of the organizers of this particular. Charlie, indeed, it'd be like we for take on a recycling thing very seriously, so we can stop some of these importations. Imagine importing pants. Pardon me, importing pants, oboroni pants, bra, blanket, bed sheet. Yes, I mean, I know people will talk about the affordability and what have you, but if again we remain intentional and we boost the local industry, we should be able to meet the demand. We should be able to produce more. That will feed at least the over 30 million population we have. Then we will continue to resource the local industry, right? We can do it. These things should be doable. Pants to the import. Pants. Boxer shorts to the buy second hand. Used one. Mattress used one. I mean, it looks as though I want to believe that even toothbrush cry we have second hand and all of that. But we produce lots of waste in the country. And I think we need to applaud the organizers, the Land to Fuel organizers. I mean, they are doing something great. This is actually not the first time that this. Ellen is back on. Ellen, so I was asking you as well. So again, I think there seem to be some challenges with the network with regards to where Ellen finds herself. But trust yours truly, WoezorTV, we got you covered on that particular program. So if you are a seamstress, a tailor, a fashion designer, this is the opportunity for you to sit back and watch this particular program. If you belong to that sector of recycling, right? This is the moment for you to stay glued to WoezorTV and watch exactly what the program will be about. Most definitely will bring you all the updates on that. I think we can just take a quick break and then return to wrap up the show.
Embarrassed. Too embarrassed to speak to a loved one. Too embarrassed to speak to your doctor.
Too embarrassed. When in our lifetime, 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer.
Let me repeat that. 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer disease.
1 in 12. That could be your dad, even your older brother, uncle, or grandfather.
You need to make sure they are not embarrassed to speak to you or their doctor about it.
Hey, Dad, have you had your prostate checked out? See? How hard is that? It's easy. Just start the conversation.
Prostate cancer is survivable if caught and treated early enough.
Don't let embarrassment stop you having this important conversation.
You may save someone's life.
Not just your own.
Your flight is ready to leave.
Sit back and relax and enjoy the flight.
Time to check my social media, yeah, to see who loves me online. Time to check my social media, yeah, to see who loves me online. Time to check my social media, yeah.
For still staying with us, let's head into the last round of the show, taking it lightly, to wrap the whole morning show up. But it's time for trends. Salah, please put the video on. I don't know if you have found yourself in this sort of situation before. The rains are here, and this is what we, the Trotsky Association members, go through. That's actually a commercial vehicle you see on the screen. Trotro, early morning, Monday morning. This happened, I think, yesterday, right? Yeah. Early morning, whilst people were preparing, people were on their way to work. Charlie, easy. This is what we go through every morning when it rains. Look at the driver himself. He's sweating on top of the water that is leaking through the roof. But beyond the fun part of all of this, there is a very fundamental issue that I think stakeholders, not stakeholders, authority needs to pay attention to. Guys, look at this car. Just look at this. Unfortunately, we don't have the full video that has the body of the vehicle, but look at the interior. Look at this. Look, show idea way. These are the things we have on our roads. Like I said, beyond just the fact that the rain keeps leaking through the roof of the car and all of that, creating some sort of discomfort for workers. Imagine me posing in my suit and all of that. Beyond that, there is a very fundamental issue, a very big challenge here. How roadworthy is this car? How can we put this car on our roads? Look at the dashboard. Just, Charlie, look at the dashboard. Look at what insurance is on this car. That if anything happens, boom, right now, this car, you'll be protected. Where are the airbags? I'm even talking about airbags. It's a very serious issue. This is just one out of the millions of vehicles we have on our roads, especially here in Accra. And then why? And this car is expected to make sales every day, every week, every month. The owner of the car is sitting at home waiting for the driver to hustle through this problem, come home with his sales. Yet no maintenance is done. Yet nothing is done about the car. Then why? Why? Why do we even allow these things happen? DVLA, bonjour, good morning. National Road Safety, good morning. Leave the Voxy people alone. Concentrate on these ones too. Look, these ones, they may not necessarily be having this major accidents, but the scratches they give our knees, our arms, our legs, our body parts, the damage they cause to our clothes. Imagine getting out of this car and chew. Like it happened to Jonas the last time. In trousers, yeah, the seat catch the trousers, it yeah, bye. Imagine. How do you allow these things on our roads? Maybe what will happen, and again, it brings back the conversation we've had over and over again with regards to government taking center stage in the transport sector. As ABC, it's just as simple as ABC. Where are the cars we got recently? The 100 buses, if I'm right. Are they done with the registration? When are we putting them on the roads? The rains are here, boss. Please, Transport Minister, together with the other stakeholders in that area, please, the rains are already here. We can't pay for this. And trust me, after the rain whip you in this car, you dare not go away with 50 pesos. The mate will take and pay. They will take it pay. Imagine having a better service. The state giving us a better service. So whatever situation this will bring, I mean, there will be some sort of challenge. There will be some sort of competition in the sector. These drivers will not do the things they are doing. If nobody joins this car, tomorrow they will not put it on the streets, on the road. You see, that's why we need the alternative. So please, let's expedite action and ensure that the buses that we got, we bring them onto the roads. Let them start running. Kaswa to Medina, Circle to Way, just name them, the various long distances. Then we stop using these rickety skeleton cars that we have on the roads, creating all sort of discomfort for people who are traveling and people who are going to their daily hustle. Especially for the capital city. So car owners also should watch it. I mean, that is your business. That is your office. I always say it. You respect your office. When you give that respect to your office, the passengers that join a bus or the car will also put some respect and premium on it. If you have a very beautiful, nice car, you know, the inside is smelling well and all of that. When we enter, we dare not mess it up. We dare not throw anything in the car anyhow. But if you leave the car like what we just saw, respect cry, no good day your body. Even if you're a PhD holder and you're the driver sitting here, the steering wheel, the girls will tell you all kinds of things. Who will tell you, you know, so keep it well. Car owners, we beg you. We know you are making money. Please maintain the car to Kakrabi. Repair the roof. Send it to some nice roadside welder. Let them repair the roof for you. So to avoid these leakages, some of the cars, wipers are not working. They are on the road. We'll leave that conversation for another day. But we are appealing to the Transport Ministry and all the other authorities involved. Please, the new buses, meet the kuku. Meet the kuku na mi. Bus ye yaori. Mi ko dare mojina mono ado. Plus betu kara yo metomi levi vivia da vuta. Ema hangwa navayi. Then there will be some sort of competition in the system as well. But we live in just as it is this morning. But the events happening in Labadi will still continue, and as I intimated earlier, yours truly, WoezorTV, will bring you all the live updates on that one. Let me say a very big thanks to you for watching and choosing WoezorTV over the others, making us numero uno. We appreciate it. Thanks to the entire crew also for helping put this one together. It's a Tuesday morning. Please, the rains are likely to come again today. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. Let's meet again tomorrow. My name is Randy Ahaje. It's a wrap for now. Bye.